that one bases, and that one goes up and down. You just grip things like that. Good to go. Oodles of noodles. So, first thing we're gonna do is all our prep work, because you want everything sorted and ready before any kind of heat goes on. So basically, we've got 3 vegetables. We're gonna have courgette, carrots, and cabbage. We're going to be flavouring it with, as I said before, garlic and ginger. And then at the end, it's what's written in your recipe is spring onion. So always put that in at the end. If you wanted to go really adventurous, you can sub the spring onion for coriander. At the end, we're going to sprinkle it with sesame seeds. And then we're also going to be frying up some tofu. We won't need all that cabbage because it's amazing how much it expands when you chop it. So probably just use about that much. So holding it very gently, we're just going to go with as consistent a distance as we can, because the more consistent it is, the more consistent our cooking time is. All we're doing to cook our noodles is covering them with boiling water. Garlic, ginger, spring onion, or coriander. So we quite often leave those to the end, because once you start chopping into garlic and ginger, it actually loses some of its flavour. So you always chop that last. But basically, this is our nutrients, this is our flavour. So we'll do the flavour at the end. Cut on a very nice angle. Again, try and go for a consistent kind of width. We don't need to use too much garlic. Probably 2 cloves would be enough for like 3 packets of noodles and things like that. So we've got all of our ingredients chopped. We've got our noodles soaking. The way we test our noodles, grab 1 strand and eat it. Nice and soft. We're good to go. Now we get to cook. Oil goes in first because we want to heat up the oil. It also doesn't need to be a lot of oil. I know a lot of people think, Chinese food is really, really oily. It doesn't have to be. So the flavor goes in first, so that it mixes in with the oil, and then the oil absorbs all of that flavor, which means it'll get onto the vegetables more easily. I normally have a wooden spoon. Interestingly enough, if you put that wood into the oil and it's really hot, it'll bubble. It'll start dripping. And that's when you know it's nice and hot. So garlic goes in, ginger goes in, and like I said before, the white part of your spring onion goes in. So all the chopped bits go in here. It really is that quick. The flavor goes in, we're good. The chopped vegetables go in, we're good. Now if I don't have enough oil in here, it'll start to stick. And if that's happening, rather than add more oil, you actually add water. So I'm going to use the water from the noodles. Tiny drop, like a mouthful. And that's called steam frying. Can you guys smell that yet? Smells good. That's pretty close to getting done, because you still want them to be crispy. So you drain your noodles, and you stick them in. And you kind of want to mix them around as much as you can. Get the flavors and the vegetables through the noodles, so it's not just one big clump. But you don't want them in here that long, because they will start to just disintegrate, go back to rice. Pretty quick, right? Alright, so our final thing, we now add the green bits of the spring onion, sesame seeds, not very many. There's a little splash of toasted sesame oil. And it's really strong, flavorful oil that's very sensitive to heat, so it's why you don't add it when you cook it. As I was saying before, I was telling you about the soy sauce, vinegar, toasted sesame oil option. I flavor everything with that. So you may have noticed we didn't put any salt in here. It tastes quite nice without it, to be fair. But if you did want some salt, you could just sprinkle a little bit of salt in there. But you can also do this fun sauce combination. Rice vinegar, it's a really nice combo. Stick that in there. And then dash of toasted sesame oil. pretty much if you put that on almost anything, it tastes really good. So, I'm going to run through really simply how to cook tofu. Because it's really simple. We get very hot oil. This one is a bit more oil than normal because we're kind of frying our tofu, getting it nice and crispy on the edges. But once you've got it nice and crispy and soft on the inside, and you add the soy sauce at the end, then you've got my favorite headed tofu. Add our soy sauce. So, you place that on the paper towel, just like that. You also want to flip it and get the other side in contact with the paper towel as well. Then you try that. This is a lot harder to eat with chopsticks. Crispy tofu with soy sauce.